Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good over KB and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would have to have a range. I played a lot of characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Katt Williams in there. I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say I'm so freely.
I need to know.
I've in Hollywood, you never expected. They be having these big mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited as a mother to be at the mansion party. You be looking at all the goddamn rooms, and you down and look in the wrong room and
Katt Williams has always been the guy to spill Hollywood secrets, and he has built a name for himself by dropping some serious truth bombs. Well, he has been pulling back the curtain on all the crazy stuff happening in the industry for years, and now he's back at it again.
Who are you talking about, Mr. Brown? What they?
They. Look at it. Kareem Akbar. That's right, the educated brother from the bank. He's the real head of the CMB.
In a new video that just popped up, Katt goes after Steve Harvey, linking him to Diddy's notorious parties. These parties have been claimed to be all about wild antics and celebs doing things they would rather keep under wraps. What's wild is that this involves Harvey, who's known for his wholesome, family-friendly image. Fans of Steve are taken aback by these claims. The thought that the king of morning talk shows and family advice could be involved in something so outrageous is shocking. It's especially hard to believe given Steve's clean-cut reputation. But hey, if there's one thing Katt Williams does, it's shake things up.
You probably got it at Costco. Costco hit right back. We don't even sell, baby. All right. That's why God gave me eczema. I can't even use, baby. I want to thank you, Jesus, for your smallest of blessings. I'm not lying, I'm telling y'all the truth about me. I got one of the ashiest holes ever to be seen in Hollywood.
So, there's some buzz about Steve Harvey and his connection to Diddy that goes beyond just hanging out at parties. A lot of folks think Diddy might have been pulling the strings on Steve for a while, maybe even using some wrongful tactics to keep him in check. Diddy's got a reputation for being a big player behind the scenes, so it's not too bad to think he could have some dirt on Steve, especially from those wild parties that Katt Williams talked about. Steve, who's all about that family-first vibe, might be in a tough spot trying to keep his image clean while staying close to someone as influential as Diddy. We all know Hollywood is all about connections, and being on Diddy's bad side could really mess things up for Steve. He has built a solid brand with his talk shows and game shows, but that also makes him a bit of a target. One wrong move could ruin everything. Well, over the years, Steve has had Diddy on his shows a bunch of times, and they've always been complimentary to each other. While it looks friendly, some people think it hints at their bond that's more than just business. Diddy's been on the Steve Harvey show multiple times, and they've exchanged a lot of praise. Steve has also backed Diddy's projects and spoken highly of him in his old interviews. So, is it possible that Steve is keeping Diddy close to avoid any potential legal trouble? It's definitely a possibility. Staying in Diddy's good books might be crucial for Steve to keep his reputation intact. If the talks about Diddy having some private tapes over him are true, then Steve definitely wouldn't want to cross him. Now, things get more interesting when you consider Steve's daughter, Lori Harvey, and her past relationship with Diddy. That whole situation raised a lot of eyebrows, especially since Diddy is quite a bit older than Lori and has a close connection to her dad. They were spotted together a few times, and while neither confirmed anything, the tabloids were buzzing about their relationship. For many people, this was a pretty shocking twist. Some even wondered if Steve was trying to manage how people viewed this relationship. If he was already under Diddy's influence, it wouldn't be surprising if he tried to keep things smooth to protect his and Lori's image. But here's where it gets even more tense. Some people think that Lori and Diddy's connection wasn't just a fling but part of a bigger plan by Diddy. He used his relationship with Lori as another way to keep control over Steve and his family. Well, Lori's alleged involvement with Diddy could have been a way for him to remind Steve that he has influence over not just him, but his whole family. In Hollywood, where your image is everything, a mess like that could have serious consequences. If Diddy really had some control over Steve, using Lori to tighten his grip wouldn't be surprising at all.
Excuse me, I need the phones, guys. I need the phones. I need the phones. I need your phones. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Quincy, I know you have 2 phones, Quincy. Oh, there you go. That's what I love. Yeah. Just Glow. So proud of you, Just Glow. Look at that. Got all the phones. I have everybody's phones.
So we got 2 cars. We got this car and the car over there.
How would you like to? Yeah, we can go get a movie minute. Yeah, I can.
Looking back, it seems like the Harvey family has kept pretty quiet about Diddy. Despite all the allegations, neither Steve nor Lori has said much about this. And their silence might be a smart move. Keeping things under wraps could be the best way for Steve to protect his family's brand and steer clear of Diddy's more controversial side. In the world of Hollywood, where power and influence can make or break you, it seems like Steve Harvey has been navigating a tricky relationship with Diddy for years. Whether it's out of friendship, necessity, or something more shady, their connection seems deeper than most people realize. The Steve Harvey we see on TV, cracking jokes and giving advice, might be a totally different guy from the one trying to keep his family and career safe from Diddy's influence. And with Lori caught in the middle, it adds a whole new layer to the story for Steve.
Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
Now, we all know Katt Williams has made a name for himself as one of the boldest comedians in Hollywood, but he's not just about the laughs. He is also known for calling out the stuff that a lot of celebs would rather keep under wraps. For years, Katt has been hinting at some wrong stuff happening behind the scenes in the entertainment world. Whether it's the secret lives of Hollywood's elite or some weird rituals, he's never been shy about sharing the strange things he claims to have witnessed. In his old interviews, Katt has talked about these exclusive Hollywood circles where the rich and powerful hang out and the public is kept in the dark. He paints a picture of an industry filled with power plays, secrecy, and some pretty wild behavior, with certain folks pulling the strings from the shadows. A lot of people brushed off his claims as wild conspiracy theories, especially when he suggested that big-name celebs were involved in these illegal activities. Some even accused him of just trying to grab attention with outrageous statements. But Katt has always stood by what he says. What's wild is that a lot of Katt's past comments are starting to make more sense now. He has pointed out how some celebs seem to be protected by a hidden system, while others who don't play nice get targeted or blacklisted. Katt himself has had his fair share of legal issues and media scrutiny, which he hints might be part of a bigger effort to silence him. But through it all, he has kept his stance. Now, with Steve Harvey's name popping up in the conversation, it looks like Katt might have been onto something. Steve, who's been a symbol of family values and good advice for years, is the last person you would expect to be linked to Diddy's parties. But here we are, with Katt dropping another bombshell that's got everyone buzzing. The thought of Steve being connected to Diddy's parties is shocking, especially given his clean-cut image. For years, Steve has built a reputation as a family man, a talk show host dishing out life advice, and a devout Christian. He's the kind of guy you would expect to see at a charity event, not partying in some secret mansion. But according to Katt, things aren't always what they seem. Katt has described these parties in detail, and they sound way different from the glamorous events we usually hear about. He claims these gatherings are filled with unlawful behavior, separate rooms, and hidden activities that would make a lot of people uncomfortable. According to Katt, this is where some celebs engage in stuff they had never wanted the people to know about. It's like some of Hollywood's biggest names are involved in things they would prefer to keep behind closed doors. What's really eye-opening is Katt's mention of a separate room at these parties where the real action goes down. Katt hints that some celebs use these private spaces to let loose in ways that would shock their fans. And now, with Steve's name being linked to these events, the difference between his public persona and what might be happening behind the scenes is hard to ignore. This whole situation puts Steve's life at risk. For a guy who's built his career around family-friendly content and Christian values, being tied to something like this is a huge shock. It creates a big gap between the Steve Harvey everyone knows and what might be happening in private. Katt's claims suggest that, despite what we see on TV or social media, some celebs are living totally different lives when the cameras aren't rolling. It's worth noting that these are still just allegations, but the fact that Katt is bringing Steve's name into the picture adds a whole new level of drama. Steve's fans might find it hard to believe he could be involved in anything like this, but Katt's comments make it tough to ignore. After all, Katt has been right about other things in the past, so what if this is just another case of him revealing the truth before anyone else? Anyway, it's a major revelation that's got people questioning what they thought they knew about one of Hollywood's most respected figures. A person commented saying, "If Bill Cosby can fall from grace, yes, Steve Harvey can, definitely." Another one wrote, "Come on, Harvey's career is over." A third person added, "There's no way